Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about VAR being an absolute joke and a complete and utter farce, and the fact that it's ruining the game. I've spoken about it for so long, and today feels like it's a very poignant moment to talk about this, and it feels like VAR has become redundant in the game. I look at it now. We're going to talk about the Bruno Fernandes situation, the fact that Bruno Fernandes' red card was given as a red card over the weekend. It was deemed not clear and obvious to be overturned, even though it was an incorrect decision, but it has now been officially rescinded. Now please, someone sit back and explain to me, because regardless of the result, Man United weren't going to get a result from it, let's be honest. The way Man United were playing was embarrassing. I've discussed that in another video if you go scroll back and have a look on the channel. But as a whole, and you look at that as a situation, how on earth can a challenge be rescinded for a red card, but it deemed not clear and obvious to be rescinded in the game? Like, I don't understand how it makes any sense. We can go through the challenge itself, like at the fact that it was high, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't malicious, it wasn't intentional. Obviously he slipped, and we've spoken about that on this channel already, and the fact that we spoke that on the podcast as well, if you go check it out, called Book It Out Sam Talks World podcast. But as a whole, it's completely and utterly ridiculous that it was given in the first place. But then the fact that it was then given and rescinded off the back of it after Man United's appeal, successful like that, they got it successfully appealed and rescinded straight away. Surely that makes a complete and utter mockery of the whole way VAR works as a whole in the moment, because quite clearly it is clear and obvious, because it wouldn't be clear and obvious and then be rescinded. That's where I can't understand now. We talk about it quite often, and some challenges we go, oh, well, he's given it already. If he hadn't have given it, then it wouldn't have been overturned, and things like that, vice versa. Now, surely this is a moment now where this whole situation, we kind of step back and look back at it and realise how ridiculous it has all become. And the game now, we talk about so many decisions and the way the game is looked at, and we talk about slow motion tackles, replays, things like that. There are so many times in this game that we watch now, football, that everything is completely scrutinised to the very millisecond, which is fine. That's the way the game's gone. But surely now we've got VAR in for a reason, and that's exactly where now it's quite clearly a problem. And I've spoken about VAR and the fact that I think it can be worked well, but quite clearly the people that are using it they're not all consistent, and that's something that needs to be sorted. Needs to be a consistency. Something needs to go out between all the referees and all the different officials across the country, so then everyone's on the same board. Because how on earth can the man upstairs, the big man, as in Howard Webb, say and rescind a red card but not deemed to be clear and obvious in the moment? Those two don't make any sense whatsoever, and I just feel like it's just a bit ridiculous. Like this, as a moment now, I think they should have stood on business and stayed with a decision, because now all it does now is it kind of completes and makes a mockery of the decision that they made. Because now Man United will feel like they were treated unfairly, and I know we speak about it all the time, and what goes around comes around, it'll come back round in a circle and things, but they were given a red card and it was deemed not clear and obvious, but then it's rescinded. So how is that fair on them? I don't understand it. Now, for me, please let me know if I'm being ridiculous. I don't think it was a red card in the first place. I understand why the referee gave it in the first place, because when I was watching it, I was sat on the sofa watching it with my dad, and we both said straight away, that's a red card. And then you watch it back and you go, you do the Gary Neville, ooh, actually. And I understand that in that moment, I can see why the ref thought it was, because the angle he was at, he could see the challenge was high. He probably wasn't able to tell that he slipped and things like that. So I understand why the referee's given it in the moment. And if, as a whole, if it was given as a red card and it wasn't rescinded, then I don't think people have a problem. But I think the fact that they've now rescinded it then completely makes everything seem redundant. What is the point in VAR? What is the point of the people there making the decisions when we do this? I just don't get it, and as a whole, I just think it's ridiculous. I speak about it all the time. I'm not a massive fan of VAR. I think if it was operated properly, it could go somewhere, but I think this is a massive turning point within VAR, and I'm not happy with it. And I don't know if it's just me. Please let me know down in the comment section below, but I just think this is a huge moment that's not really been spoken about enough. I feel like media coverage should be worldwide about this, at the fact that, right, something needs to be actioned here. Something needs to happen, because if we don't talk about it, nothing will improve, nothing will change. That's what I'm trying to do here. But let me know, am I being ridiculous? Am I being over the top and saying that this is a moment and this is pivotal now going forward with VAR, and we need to see more consistency? I don't know how we can do that other than training and maybe just like the referees coming out. I know they've got that ref watch where they talk about decisions, but they don't talk about all the decisions on that. They handpick their decisions. I want them to be open and explain why they didn't believe it was clear and obvious. That's what should come with this. We've rescinded it, and why we thought it wasn't clear and obvious, and explain why. And then maybe we'll kind of then understand more so from the referees. If they're more transparent, if we understand as fans what's going on, then everyone can work together and we can move forward. But I just really feel like this is damaging the game, because Man United Tottenham is one of the biggest games of the season, whether you like it or not, and it's massive for the top 6 kind of race because Man United haven't been great, let's be honest, and they perform quite poorly. But that is such a big moment in the game. I just feel like it's not been spoken about enough, and it's really wound me up. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know, am I being over the top at the fact that this has upset me? Am I overreacting in the fact that I think this is massive? Please let me know. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace.